guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tosh J Mac, and I'm starting a new series called the Career Series. So as you know, I graduated from North Carolina A&T, and also I did grad school at NYU. I did a few internships when I went to A&T, and then I got the bulk of my internship experience while I was at NYU in New York City. And while I was there, I got to basically get the best internship experience. I got to intern with the companies that were my dream companies to work with. And so I thought I'd do a video and a series on, you know, just some career tips and how to get internships, how to apply for jobs, interview tips, and just things that anybody could use for their career. So stay tuned and let's get right into it. Okay, so I have my trusty journal right here, and I'm just going to start off with number one on my list. So first things first on how to get your dream internship. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So number one is going to be your resume. Make sure, I know a lot of schools, if you're an undergrad, grad school, they have a lot of resources for you to review your resume and make sure that it's up to par for what HR is looking for. So make sure you get your resume edited, no bad past tense grammar, no just grammatical errors. You just really want to make sure that your resume is A1 before you start applying to your dream internships. So with these internships, okay, you might say, well, I don't have experience. That's why I'm getting an internship, right? So no worries. If you don't really have internship experience yet and you're trying to get an internship, put anything on your resume as far as community service, extracurricular activities that you're involved in, part-time jobs, whether it be retail, fast food, just anything that shows what you're about and what you're trying to succeed in. So just some quick tips on how to tell if your resume is internship application ready. First things first, I always do a one-page resume. It does not need to be more than 1 page. Get to the point, and that's what HR is really looking for. Like I said before, have any experience that you've had, just recent experience at the top, and then go down from there. Volunteer experience, what your objective is, you can put that at the top if you want. And yeah, so just anything, really sell yourself. I don't care if you helped your dad cut grass, you should list Jim's lawn service, assisted with the maintenance of lawns, and also, you know, maintain the image of Jim's lawn service business. Just anything to sell yourself, because be proud of any little experience that you had and sell yourself. You only get one shot and to impress HR. So really make sure you do that once you apply to these internships. Okay, so number two, I've seen this on a couple of other videos and just articles. Number two is going to be your dream list. Now, what is a dream list? A dream list is exactly what it says. It's a list of your dream job. So say you want to work for Apple or Google, or just any company that it would just be a dream for you to work. It might seem like, oh, you know, like I'll never work at Apple. You know, why not? So list wherever you want to work on this dream list. You can have how many ever you want to, and just start from there. So with your dream list, you're gonna have the companies that you're really interested in working with or interning with in the future, and you're just going to make a document and list the executives of that company, list the executives in that department that you're interested in, and just really organize it so that when you apply to these companies and these positions, you have a face to a name. You can reach out to these employers and let them know that you're interested in the future, you love what they do, and we'll get into networking later, but make sure you have your dream list organized, and so that you have a clear list of who you want to work with and where you want to apply. So for example, for a dream list, on mine, my major was public relations. So when I went to New York, I was like, who do I want to do PR for? And I knew that I wanted to do entertainment PR. Healthcare really wasn't my interest. Government PR really didn't interest me. So I knew I wanted to do entertainment PR. So what I did was I figured out what companies would I like to do PR for. I like fashion, so I listed a couple of fashion companies. I like music, so I listed VH1, BET. I like to watch TV, so I listed Comedy Central. And all these were based in New York, where I was going to attend school. So why not have those on my dream list? It might seem, like I was shooting for the stars, but that's exactly what I was doing. I was shooting for the stars. Why not? You can do it. So that was my dream list, all those companies, and I included the executives, people that went to NYU. We'll talk about that later, but these were companies that were on my dream list, and these were companies that I applied to initially when I began my search. All right, so number 3, network. We're going to get into networking now. Like I'm touched over it in the last point, but networking is definitely how I obtained my first internship in New York. So like I said earlier, my dream list, MTV was on my dream list because I watched MTV. So I said, why wouldn't I want to do PR for MTV? So what I did was I Googled the president of communications, PR of MTV, and I just saw that it was a woman. She looked kind of friendly, so I just simply messaged her. I think I emailed her, yeah. So I'm kind of a stalker, so I Googled her and I found her email online and I contacted her, and I just came from a genuine space, and I really admired her work. Just everything she does for MTV, and I just let her know where I was in life. At that point, I wasn't even attending grad school yet. I told her that my ambitions were to attend grad school, and I asked her what she thought about attending grad school, and basically she replied back like the next day. She gave me her advice, and she just said, keep in touch and good luck on your journey. So once I applied to NYU, I got accepted. Of course, I updated her and let her know that I was headed to her in New York. So of course she said, let's meet when you get here, etc., etc. So long story short, she encouraged me to apply to their internships. So I went on Viacom, which is the media company for BET, VH1, all those channels. So I applied to MTV, VH1 and BET for PR opportunities, and she told me that she would basically refer me. And so she was one of my referrals, and that is how I obtained my first internship in New York, which was with Comedy Central in the PR department. So there you have it, just simply networking and being a human being. Just contacting somebody because you want to be where they are one day, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I strongly encourage LinkedIn. Search for who you want to be in the future. If you want to be Dr. Dre, search Dr. Dre's assistant, email his assistant and let them know how much you admire him. There's nothing to lose. There's nothing to lose when you contact these people. And that's how I look at it. If I admire somebody, if I want to network with them, meet them one day, I reach out to them. If they don't email me back, that's fine. But if they do, a door is open. And that is what I strongly believe in. If you want something, go get it. Don't let anybody intimidate you, and use this network. Use social media. LinkedIn, you have granted access to whoever. Twitter, Instagram, you have access to celebrities that you look up to. Reach out to them, so use networking to the best of your ability. It's definitely about who you know, yes, but you can know everybody and not know anything, and that won't help you. So it's about who you know, but also you need to know something as well. You need something to bring to the table if you know all these people. So yeah, so that is my tip for networking and how networking can definitely grant you your dream internship. So number 4 on getting your dream internship is going to be following up after you've done all this work. So you've gotten your resume, you've submitted your resume to the jobs that you want, you've talked to the people who work for the companies that you want to work with, you've done all this networking. Now what? You're waiting to hear back from these companies, you're waiting to hear back from these professionals. What can you do now? So now is your time to wait a couple of weeks after you've applied to these positions. Keep track in Excel. I love Excel. I'm a Virgo, I'm organized. So Microsoft Excel spreadsheets save my life. I just list the jobs that I've applied for, the positions, the date that I applied, and after 2 weeks of the date that I applied, I simply email the company and let them know, hey, I applied to this position a few weeks ago. I was just following up to see, have you guys made your decision, just somewhere along those lines to let them know that you're still interested in the position. And sometimes it rings a bell if you email them and you say, oh, hey, I was seeing where you guys were in this position. The HR representative will pull your name and say, oh, they must be really interested in this position, so let me go ahead and offer them an interview. It can be that simple. Just follow up with every internship that you've applied for, keep track, check off if you followed up, and just see where it goes from there. So yeah, that is that tip. So number 5. We've applied, we've talked to all these professionals, we've followed up. Now what? So we've either heard back from a company or we have not. So if we've heard back from a company and they're ready to interview, whether it's in person or phone interview, start preparing for this interview. What I do is I research the company, I research the background, the history, the motto, the purpose statement of the company, just anything, and I write it down in my journal. So I would write just any little fact about that company. And also, so you're emailing, so somebody emailed you obviously and said to set up this interview. What I would do is I would Google the person who emailed me who I was interviewing, or who was interviewing me, sorry. And I would Google them and just find out facts about them just to get a feel of who I'm about to speak with. And yeah, it would really help. You never know. Say somebody that is interviewing you next week went to the same school as same high school, or is from the same hometown as you. You don't really want to sound creepy in the interview, but it can really be an icebreaker to let them know that, hey, I've done a little research on you. We have something in common. Now let's start this interview. So that is a good tip that I have for you. So along with researching who's interviewing you, in my journal, I just have every little thing in there. Sometimes companies might ask you, like, do you know what we stand for, or the culture in our office? And you really don't want to be clueless when it comes to those kind of questions. So I would just be prepared for the unexpected and just get as much information as I can. And why not? You're interested in joining this company. Why not take this time to learn about the potential company that you're going to be working with? So, and also to research the company and have all these facts and just have all of this in your brain, it just really puts you, it sets you above the rest of the interviewees, because it lets your interviewer know that you're prepared, you're really committed to joining this team, and you have a lot of knowledge, and yeah, so it'll really set you apart. And yeah. Also, with preparing for an interview, I would also have to say is make sure you have what you're going to wear, make sure it's professional, keep the makeup muted, keep the jewelry muted. You don't want anything really clicking and just distracting the interviewer. Make sure you're on time. I arrived 10 minutes early because to be early is to be on time is to be late, and to be late means don't even show up to the interview because you probably already blew it. So make sure you are always early, prepared, have at least 3 copies of your resume. I would every time you interview, and then also a journal and a pen in case you need to take notes or jot down anything. So just, you know, like we said, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So yeah, make sure you make a great impression. You only make one. I would say eye contact. Eye contact is key. When the first handshake sets the whole interview. Look them in their face, firm grip. Don't cut off their circulation, but you know, make sure you have a good grip. Let them know that you're here for business and you are ready to blow their socks off. So yeah, that is what I have for the interview tips. So the last tip, number 6, you're probably wondering, dang, what else? You know, we've got our resume, we've applied, we've contacted people, we followed up. We already did the interview. What else can you do now? Well, of course, you're going to send them a thank you note. You can mail them a thank you note, which is always a classic touch, but it can also take a little more time. So you can just shoot them an email. I typically do it the next day and just thank them for their time. This just rings a bell in their mind again, like, oh, I interviewed her yesterday. Yeah, I liked her. And now she's thanking me for my time. Okay. So yeah, thank you emails, thank them for their time. Yeah, so after you've done your thank you email, it's been about a few weeks, you know, might have been a month since you applied. So you're wondering, you know, like, what's going on? I sent a follow-up email, haven't really heard back. During this time, there's really nothing you can do. You don't want to harass them. If you've heard back from them, good job. During this process, you just want to let go and simply let God. You've done all you can. You've put in all the effort, all the preparation, all of the hard work. This is your dream job, and if it's destined for you, it's destined for you. God is definitely going to give you this internship. So you've done all the work, and you just have to leave the rest to Him. So when I say let go and let God, I mean let go and let God. Just, you know, close your journal and say, you know, God, if it's for me, it's for me. So just, I give it to you, and just be stress-free with it. So with these 6 tips, I guarantee you will feel much more prepared with getting your dream internship. No internship is too big or too small for you. I guarantee you, if you want to work for this company, simply do the steps and get it done. You know, you're capable of anything. Like I am, small town girl from Charlotte, North Carolina, no family in New York, but I knew I was destined for something big, and I knew that I liked PR, I knew that I liked entertainment, fashion, all of that. So I went to New York and I applied to these positions and I got them. After I did Comedy Central my first year, after Comedy Central, I then went on to do an internship with BET, which was amazing experiences. I got to work multiple award shows. The networking experience is just amazing at every internship that you complete. After BET, I then went on to VH1, which was also amazing. And yeah, and now I'm doing PR on my own. And it's just been a crazy ride. And I thank God for the opportunities that I've had. I thank the woman that I've contacted from Viacom that allowed me to get my first internship, because once I was in that door, it was so easy to maneuver and go on to different networks. So I strongly recommend you just get the confidence and shoot for the stars. Let me know in the comments below who you want to work for and if you contacted them, and if you haven't, why not? So yeah, keep me updated on your journey, your career experience. Let me know in the comments down below what other career series videos you might want to know, questions you might have for me. I'll answer them. Make sure you like this video if you liked it, and subscribe for more. This is just the first of the career series, and I have so much more in store for you guys. So Be sure to join the family, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.